Can Diego Lopes become UFC Featherweight champion? Let's talk about it. This is DailyTapouts. Welcome to the show. If you pay any attention to the sport, Diego Lopes is a name you should definitely know by now. After stepping in on short notice to take on Movsar Evloev at UFC 288, Diego Lopes has had one of the most exciting early UFC careers in history. I want to jump back to the Evloev fight. That fight was a banger. Lopes had the bigger, more exciting moments in the cage, and Evloev had more control time and cage dominance throughout the match. I was in the building at 288 for that fight, and most of us in the building thought that Diego Lopes had done enough to secure the victory. The judges gave Movsar Evloev the unanimous decision, but like I said, Diego Lopes definitely had the bigger and more exciting moments in that fight. Following that unanimous decision loss, Diego Lopes came back with 3 first-round finishes in a row. A triangle armbar over Gavin Tucker during a UFC fight night, a stunning first-round finish over Pat Sabatini at UFC 295, and another phenomenal first-round finish over Sodiq Yusuff at UFC 300. Sodiq Yusuff and Pat Sabatini are no joke in the UFC featherweight division. They are some of the toughest matchups for up-and-coming contenders, and they set back a lot of prospects. All 3 of these wins show that Diego Lopes has the ability to get good fighters out of there quickly. But what happens when he's forced to dig deep? When Diego Lopes was forced to switch opponents and fight Dan Ige on 4 hours' notice at UFC 303, that was an opportunity for us to see him dig deep. And that's exactly what happened. Dan Ige has never been finished in his professional career, and that includes the fight with Diego Lopes. Both fighters were forced to dig deep and show true heart in this performance. Diego Lopes took a new opponent on 4 hours' notice, and Dan Ige stepped in to fight when he was not scheduled to on 4 hours' notice. After watching this performance, Diego Lopes is ready to match up well against the top fighters in the featherweight division. Diego Lopes has a murderer's row in front of him. The UFC is pushing Diego Lopes pretty heavily by giving him number 3, Brian Ortega. Diego Lopes is currently ranked number 12 in the featherweight division. That's a pretty significant jump in rankings, but it shows that the UFC knows that Diego Lopes has the ability to gain the championship. Diego Lopes has every ability to get through Brian Ortega and break right into the title picture. Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, and Ilia Topuria are no joke. Those 3 are the best featherweights on the planet, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Diego Lopes is going to have to make some real noise within the division to break into the title picture, but he has every ability to do that. With an already exciting and young UFC career, I'm looking forward to seeing the career that Diego Lopes is able to build. The UFC is giving him a big push, and he has every ability to capitalize and capture the gold. Diego Lopes will become featherweight champion one day. This has been Daily Tapouts. Thanks for watching.